This is a film about me and my dad, who's, depressed, sitting at home in an armchair, just waiting to die, basically. And then I decide to take him on a road trip to hopefully make him rediscover his zest for life. For some reason, I asked this guy to join.
And thankfully you did, because then everything happened.
We went to France every summer in that car. And I remember back then, my parents were smoking in the front. There were no seat belts. It's a beautiful car. We still own it. But I don't recommend going to driving through Europe in one of these cars. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
My dad, he is a French teacher. He always promoted France for some reason. Instead of saying hello to people, he said bonjour all the time. And people love that, so every summer he dreamed of France. He romanticized France. Everything was better in France.
Hey, Lars.
To see him when I point at the sign where it says France, he starts to smile already there, that idea, we just came up with that idea. Lars, you can sit in the car, you can try to drive and we just push him across the border. That is a memory. To him, I guess it symbolizes, the best moments in life. Those were the days when the family were at its happiest in a way. And I think a lot of families have the same thing. You talk about your summer house where you went with your parents. For most people, that's the little summer break. That's what life's about in many ways. He loved being on this trip.
Every time he lit up from reliving these experiences or seeing the things he loved, it was incredible because he's got such a lovely, kind face.
When you see that person smile, it means a lot. That's also really contagious in a way. Like, wow, fine. So those moments I will forever, remember. It's a celebration of people who are like him. That's why there's a bigness to this film, where the score is very, dramatic. And all the footage of France, But he's just this little guy.
Well, we're both like countryside boys who moved to the big city in the mid-90s, slowly veered into television and a lot of travel stuff and documentary stuff, and then into films.
But this is probably our most personal, even though it's about my dad, it's also a film about us, I guess, and about, friendship. And that's part of why I think this film is a pretty good film, because it's real. I think people can identify and relate to a lot of elements, that, especially, and also men,
Aren't we tired of men now?
No, well, yeah, we are, but it's also how we, have a hard time opening up to each other. And we're not better sons than anyone, I think we all feel the same, but it's really true that I think I've learned at least that let's not push that much pressure on your parents when they're older. Just, enjoy that ride as well. Enjoy the ride when they're old and fragile as well.
Filip asks him, do you feel like you succeeded in being a good teacher? And he's like, who knows? One can only hope. So to be able to, at the end of the film, showing all these readings from old students, saying how much he has meant to them, not only as a teacher, but as a human being. For him to hear that before it's too late felt awesome as well.
This film made me realize that no, I won't be able to get my old dad back. I need to sort of enjoy the dad I have now, and I shouldn't put pressure on him. For me to be able to have this for the rest of my life, this memory, it's like I'm so thankful for it.
Get a lot of feedback from people, and they say, well, this movie made me love life. That's incredible to hear. If you can achieve that with a little film, that's something.
This is a funny, heartbreaking, but heartfelt and also hilarious documentary about life. There are moments that are very tough to handle, but in the end, I think it's uplifting or life-affirming.
If it makes you love life a little bit more, what's not to like?